time to play Age of Fantasy Quest, and this is the final mission of the final chapter, the final confrontation. So our adventurers have gone up one level in the elemental tower. Their primary goal is to defeat Magister Zephyra and her elemental minions in the tower's crown. It's a clean sweep mission. Our heroes have a few wounds carried on from the last mission. Let's kick off with Feeble using Inspect on that search token. Nope, not yet, so let's just get moving. We're using 2/3 movement again, so a rush on the doggo will take us 8 squares to here. Still need a name for this doggo. Vira will use the Discover action on the search token. It's nothing. Boop. And then she'll rush. The black dice are caster points, by the way, so you take that with you, and as you can see, Vira has 1 caster point. Ooh, what's going to be her first spell? The AI goal is the center of the board at the moment, so it's time to move the air elemental. The air elemental is ethereal and flying. Here's the end of the next round. Feeble will try and inspect that red pillar. And hey, let's remember to use the updated rules for skills and stress now. So basically the skill always works, but if you fail the check you take a stress point. So I failed again, so I still inspect the pillar and I take 1 stress. Ooh, 5, so I can modify that to a 4 or a 6. I'm going to change that to a 4, which is a hidden trove, because there's a chance I might find a healing potion. No, that is a heroic elixir. And here's where everyone is at the end of that round. Okay, I don't need that heroic elixir right now, so let's try and deal with this air elemental. We'll have Feeble use 4 caster points on Luck of the Ancients. Yes, that goes off. So regeneration for everyone. And then we'll move 1, 2, 3, 4 and throw the toxin potion. Completely misses. Vira will use Feral Instinct, which passes, and then she'll charge into the air elemental. Vira's very first spell is going to be Barbed Spikes. We'll use 2 caster points, so I need a 3 or better. Yep. It's 1 hit with AP2. Not blocked, so there we go, the first wound on the elemental. The elemental is ethereal, so it's got a chance of stopping that wound. No, it does go through, and then Vira can swing her greatsword. Oop. There we go, that's 1 hit, it's furious, so that's 2 hits. AP2, so that's 2 wounds. Oh wait, 1 block, so that's 1 wound. And ethereal doesn't stop the other one, so 1 wound. In melee, the elemental has a whirlwind, which is actually only 3 attacks. It's quality 4, so that's 2 hits. Vira blocks both of them because she has light armor now. Horrit will try her combat superiority skill, which passes, and she can make that charge. And now she will attack with her halberd. And we've got 1 hit and 1 extra hit from the combat superiority. The Nat 6 was rending. Oh, but it's blocked. And then the other hit is not blocked, so air elemental down to 6 wounds. I suppose it is a little confusing. I apologise. For monsters, I count down for wounds, and for heroes, I count up with wounds. Alright, we'll keep it consistent then. We'll change that die to a 3. There we are, counting up for everyone. Air Elemental attacks with Whirlwind. Fatigued, so that's only 1 hit. Which I don't block, so 1 wound for Horrit. But we have Look of the Ancients, which gives regeneration. I regenerate it. Excellent. Air Elemental to have a go now. And it's going to shoot a Blast of Wind, which is an actual blast. The first appearance of the blast keyword in this campaign. So it's 3 attacks against Vira and everyone else within 3 inches, or 2 squares on this scale. So I'm rolling 9 dice. Quality is 4. Ooh, look at that. I have to split it up evenly, so we'll do 3 on Vira, 3 on Horrit, and 2 on Sfeeble. So Vira doesn't block any. And then Horrit blocks 1. Oh, mustn't forget Vira's Look of the Ancients. So regenerated 2. And then Sfeeble will need 6s. No, so 2 wounds on Sfeeble. He has his Look of the Ancients. Didn't help this time though. Alertness levels are behaving themselves this time, so I've just reached 4 awareness. Next round, Sfeeble will use 2 caster points on Forest Spirit. Yeah, that is successful. So it's 1 hit with Deadly 3. It blocks. Let's back off a bit out of blast range and throw the Toxin Potion. Ooh, 2 hits. They both go through. So that's 2 wounds. And we'll use the Inspect action on this search token. So with the new rules, it still works, but I take a stress. Oh, I should also see what this tile here is. There we go. Very exciting. Alright, what have we got? So that can be a money or an alchemist box. Oh, what is all this squeaking? It's guinea pigs. Are you wanting some food? Alright, hold on. Alright, here, some cucumber. Come on, Hammy. Do you want some or not? There you go. Vira has a spell called Horrify. Let's cast it. We'll use 2 caster points. It works. So the air elemental will be at -1 to hit next time it shoots. Feral Instincts will be the skill we use, which goes off, and then we'll charge in. Let's swing that greatsword. Vira is quality 4, so that is 1 hit. Not blocked. Air Elemental strikes back with a little whirlwind. Ooh, that's 3 hits. Actually, that's 2 hits because of the Feral Instinct. And I block 1 with the light armour, but still 1 goes through. There we go. It's back off. And then a morale check for the Air Elemental, which fails, so it takes D3 wounds. 2 wounds, nice. I only need to deal 1 more wound, so I'm going to play it safe and have Horrit back off, just in case, so we're spread out against the Whirlwind Blast, and then Horrit will shoot her bow. Misses. I'm going to use 2 stress to shoot again. That's the first time I've used that rule. 1 hit. And roll to block for the air elemental. It doesn't block. Now, it would be dead, but there's also the ethereal special save, which I should have done earlier as well. So we'll roll 3 dice. So Horit's arrow has flown straight through the air elemental, and the air elemental will now do its air blast on Vyra. Unfortunately, it will only hit Vyra. So it's just 3 dice and -1 to hit for the Horrify. So good job as well. So that is a miss. I forgot to check to see what this search token was. I want the Alchemist box. Let's see what it is. 4. That is a Stone Skin Elixir. Alright, I feel like we should be able to do 1 wound on this thing. So we'll have Feeble cast Nightmare Spirit. It's a level 2 spell, so let's use 3 caster points. Fails. Alright, we'll lob a Toxic Potion then. 2 hits. It blocks 1, but it's poison, so I re-roll that. It's still a 6. That still has 1 wound. And it gets its special ethereal save. There we go, we got it. 1 wound, so that's 9 wounds total. It disperses into the air. Okay, we'll have Horit come and pick the Stone Skin Elixir up, and Vyra can come and pick up the Heroic Elixir. Just some manoeuvring this round. Horit is having a nice rest. Feeble tried to cast Strong Heart but failed. And we've explored down these corridors, and a dire chamber is here. It doesn't mean anything, it's just a big room. Here we go, quite the party. So, accompanying Zephyra, we've got 3 dire snakes, 3 orc smashers, 3 earth cultists, and 3 orc archers. We have our first random event, and it is Sinkhole, which is remove 1 random piece of scenery in 1 random table quarter. This needs to be adapted for dungeon use, so what I'll do is I will pick a random location and put a pit there, and that dungeon tile will be inaccessible. Or perhaps jump overable. The randomly determined location is here, which just so happens to be a dead end anyway, so no harm, no foul. Our 3 heroes have rushed this way. We're gonna meet the enemy head on. That 4 wounds on Feeble isn't right. I've just looked at the old videos and somehow the die got flipped when I was moving them along. There we go. Monsters are heading this way. This won't necessarily join up. We'll see what happens. Interesting. So that's a dead end. Might connect up over there though. I've got 3 squares of movement left. I'll just stay there because Horit needs to catch up. Monsters to go, and they're going to come round this way. It's funny how they don't know the way around their own elemental temple, but there we go. There we go. Vyra doesn't really have any great spells for this occasion. We'll just go for a barbed spike on the snakes. We'll just use the 1 caster point. It goes off, so that's 1 hit on a snake. Kills 1. Okay. Right, Feral Instinct next. That goes off without a hitch, and then we will charge into those snakes. 1 hit. Oop, not blocked. So that's another 1 sliced. The remaining snake bites back. No. Alright. Horit will drink her Stone Skin Elixir. So I will do that to remind me, and then I can just make the charge over to the snake. Halberd. Ooh, that's 2 hits, which are rending. Doesn't matter on a snake. It's got a defense of 6 anyway. There we go, got it. Feeble is going to advance to here. Cast Look at the Ancients. We will use all 4 caster points. Yep, that works. So regeneration for everyone. Then Sveeble will lob a toxic potion at the orcs, and we'll give the orcs cover from the corner of the wall there. Got to hit first. 1 hit. 4 to block. Ah, it's a 6, but it's poisonous, so that needs re-rolling. Nice, okay. Zephyra is going to cast Earth Shatter, which I would love to counter with Vyra, but she doesn't have line of sight. There's a wall in the way. So, all 4 caster points means the spell goes off on a 3 or better. Yikes. Okay, so it's got to be on Horrit, and it's blast free, so they all get hit. Let's roll to block with Horrit first. Nope, she takes a wound. Vyra, light armor, she's saved, and Sveeble takes a wound. Let's see if Look at the Ancients helps. So regeneration roll for Horrit. Yes, she's okay. And Sveeble, no, Sveeble does take a wound. There we go. Okay, here's where it could get nasty. Zephyra charges in, and she has 9 attacks with her hand weapon on Horrit. Quality is 5, so that's 3 hits. With my shield and the stone skin elixir, I'll need 4s to block. That's 2 blocks, so 1 wound goes through. Let's whack her back with the halberd. 2 hits, one of which is rending. The rending hit is not blocked, and the regular hit is also not blocked. Okay, it's a start. Horrit needs to make a morale check. Ah, she fails, so let's use some stress up to pass that. Orc Smashers next. They are furious, quality 5 with heavy hand weapons. They can make that charge. 1 hit, which is blocked. Let's hit them back. I am fatigued, so Horrit misses. Earth cultists can charge in now. I need to find a choke point. Right, heavy hand weapons again. Yeah, this was really bad positioning of me, but oh well. That's how the cookie crumbles. 1 hit. Which is blocked. Good going, Horrit. Attack back with that halberd. No hits. And then the orc archers are out of line of sight, so they just shuffle forwards. Alright, let's see. I don't want to push forwards because I'm going to get mobbed. So let's see what Sveeble can do first. Right, he's going to try casting Nightmare Spirit on the Earth Cultists, because that's got some AP to it. There's 2 caster points. It goes off. Good. So that's 2 hits at AP 2. They will need 6s to block. Nice. So that's 2 of them gone. Then we'll back up 1 space and throw a toxin potion at the orkies. Missing a die there. Missed. Alright, I'm feeling a little more confident now. So let's push in with Vyra to attack the orcs. So that is a charge. For this, we'll do a skill action first and drink the heroic elixir. Glug, 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 glug. And we'll suffer 2 stress to do Feral Instinct as well. Maybe. Yes, okay. And before she attacks, she's going to cast Thorn Field. I can target 2 units. It's going to be the Magister and the Orc Shooters. I'm going to use all 5 casting points. It's a level 3 spell. So yeah, that goes off. 2 hits on each of those units. Magister Zephyra first. she takes 1 wound. And then the orc shooters take 2 casualties. Nice. I've got to stop saying nice. There are other words in the English dictionary I can use, right? Awesome! And now she will swing with her greatsword. And remind me never to say awesome again. Okay. That's 2 hits. That's 3 hits. She's quality 4. And she's furious. So that's 4 hits. AP 2. That's it. They're all gone. Alright. Looking much better now. Much more manageable. She's not done yet. She's going to use her class skill. Since that doesn't take up an action. Barbaric Frenzy. I get D3 stress back. There we go. So that 2 stress I've used, I get it back. Okay, Horrit. Pull out all the stops. So, she'll drink her heroic potion as well. She will use combat superiority. So she takes a stress for that. So she's taken... Okay. No, that's fine. She's got plenty of endurance. And she'll use her fighting might once per game ability. And then she will charge in. Oh, I took 2 stress to take an extra action there. Well, like I say, she's got plenty. Okay, Horrit swings her halberd. No hits. So all that skill usage was a waste of time. Magister Zephyr now strikes back with her hand weapon. Ooh. Oh, 2 hits. I blocked 1. That's still 1 going through. So I will need to take a morale check. But I drank the heroic elixir, so I'm fine. Okay, the elemental cultist to go next. The Magister does not cast a spell this round, so we'll charge into Vyra. Let's get them all in the tub this time. 2 hits. Neither of which are blocked. Vyra still has a Look at the Ancients active. So let's see if we can regenerate those. 1 of them, so she takes 1 wound. She swings back, although she is fatigued. So that's a miss. Earth Cultist charges at Horrit. Heavy hand weapon misses. Horrit swings back. Ooh. A bit misses. And finally, the Orc Shooter shoots a short bow at Vyra. Hitting. I'll just destroy the dungeon. I block. Okay, let's try something interesting. Sveebel is going to try Dark Warding. So it goes off, but he takes a stress and also a wound. But his defense is now 2 up, and he's going to charge in on the back of this hyena. Before we attack, he'll try Forest Spirit using 1 caster point. Fails, okay. The dog has Impact 1. So Zephyra takes a hit. Not blocked, so that is a wound. And then a hand weapon. Damn it. 1 hit. Not blocked. So a morale check coming up for you. Zephyra strikes back with her hand weapon. We've got 2 hits. And no blocks. So actually Sveebel we need to make a morale check as well. Okay, we'll check for Sveebel first. The plucky little guy passes, and then Zephyra fails. So that's an extra D3 wounds. 1 more wound. Okay. Okay, Vira, Feral Instincts. Passes. And then, yeah, let's charge in. Do we want to cast a spell? I'm going to hang on to that caster point just in case I need to reduce Zephyr's spell casting. So let's just swing with the greatsword. It's a miss. Zephyr strikes back, scoring 2 hits. No, 1 hit. Which Vira blocks. Nice parry. Okay, Horrit, you're up. Let's try combat superiority. Yep, that goes off, and charge at the Magister. Halberd. Ooh, great big miss. She strikes back. That's 2 hits. We're at block 1, so I'll need to take a morale check. I really thought I would have killed her this round, but I missed and then I missed. And then I fail my morale check. I've only got 1 stress point left I can use. So it would go into wounds. Yep, okay. I will pass my morale check. That uses up my last point of stress and I take 1 wound. The Magister is going to try casting Drown. So Vira's lungs start filling up with water. Maybe. So all 3 caster points are used. It goes off. I'm not going to try and counter it because it'll only do 1 wound. AP 4. Yep, so that's 1 wound on Vira. The Magister charges at Vira. -1 to hit because of the Feral Instinct. So that's 2 hits. And I don't block any, so Vira's taken 7 wounds. I do get to swing back. 1 hit, because she's fatigued, right? Which is not blocked. Alright, morale checks. Vira first. She fails. What's her endurance and stress like? Okay, she'll take the stress to pass that. She's on 2 out of 3. And then the Magister passes her morale check. Okay. Earth Cultist charges. Heavy hand weapon. Misses, thank goodness. Next swing back. I miss also. And then the Orc Shooter shoots at Vira. Short bow. Misses. Alright. Start of the next round. Alertness is on 7 out of 8 now. I really should have dealt with this Magister by now. It seemed to start well, but now it's just turned into a slog. Oh, I made a mistake earlier, because of course I made a mistake. That's fine though. Sfeeble's defense was 2 from his Dark Warding, so he did not take those 2 wounds. There we go. All corrected now. Alright, let's try finishing this at range, because everyone's looking a bit bashed up. I'll put Sfeeble there. And let's cast Forest Spirit. This is all 3 caster points, and it's going to work this time. Yes, it goes off. So that's 1 hit, deadly 3. The Magister makes a defense roll. There we go. Failed the defense roll. That's 3 wounds. She's gone. And then we'll throw a Toxic Potion at the Orc Shooter. 2 hits. Not blocked, so that's you. Just this Earth Cultist to go. Horrit will shoot her bow. Missing. Okay, let's get close in with Vira's big chopper. Oh, she better cast Feral Instinct just in case. You don't cast Feral Instinct, you just use it. Okay, that goes off. and then swing with the great weapon. We've got one hit. Cleave straight through the armour. There we go. That is that enemy wave defeated. Magister Zephyra is dead. That is the primary objective completed. That was a pretty intense fight with the Magister, so let's take a breather. Let's appreciate the elements when it's not in the form of evil cultists. Air. Earth. Flowers. Carbon. And the final element, brick. And we're back. So, primary objective completed. The new secondary objective is interrogate. So here are the last dregs of the elemental cult. We've got 3 cultists back there, 3 air cultists. I think this is their first appearance in this campaign. A cave bear, 3 fire bats, and 3 doppelgangers. If I want to complete the secondary mission, I need to defeat all of these enemies and then interrogate the survivors with a will test. Can I do it? Doesn't look too bad, except for that rather tough looking cave bear. Got quite a few wounds. Let's go for it. Sveeble, you're up first. Try casting Strongheart for me, would you? Oh, never mind. Okay. You can throw your toxin potion at those doppelgangers. 1 hit. Blocked, maybe. It's poisonous, so we'll re-roll that. Got one. Vira, you can use Feral Instinct. Yep, and then charge in. Greatsword. She's furious, that's 2 hits. 1 block. Alright. That doppelganger can strike back. Fortunately, they're not very good. Unfortunately, they've got 2 claws. No, good, so that misses. Horrit, combat superiority, please. Okay, right, in your charge. Halberd. That's 1 hit, so an extra hit from the skill. And there we go, that's the last doppelganger sorted out. The reinforcements are now here. Now, those fire bats are fast, so they're going to be able to charge into me. Let's see what we can do about that. I'll have Vira move to the corner and cast Dark Chains on the bats. The air cultists are also just in range of that spell, and let's use all 4 caster points. Yes, okay, good. And then Vira will shoot her bow at the bear, because I'm scared of it. 1 hit. Defense 5. Okay, 1 wound. Horrit is going to rest to get rid of her 5 stress. Sveeble is also going to rest because I want him to stock up a few more caster points. Okay, the enemy. So the fire bats will rush towards Vira. They can't make the charge now because of the Dark Chain spell. Alright, air cultists will move so they can all shoot at Vira. I do have cover from the corner of the wall, but air cultist crossbows are rending. There's 2 hits, and they're both rending. So much for the cover. I'll block 1 though, so she's up to 8 wounds now. The cave bear rushes, which will get it here. And the cultists also rush, which will get them here. Okay, the next round. Horrit is going to move here. cast Cleansing Spirit on the bats. It's a 3rd level spell, and it's a blast-free hit. So let's use 4 caster points. Right, just need a 3 or better. There we go. So blast-free, there's 3 models, so that is 3 hits. There we go, wipe them out. And then he can throw his toxin potion at the cave bear. It's a miss. The thing I'm worried about is that the cave bear has takedown, which hits on a 2 and is deadly free, so could easily kill Vira. May have to retreat. Alright, well, as Feeble, try Dark Warding. Oh, it fails. Okay, so... Oh, he takes a stress, but it still works. So with Dark Warding, he takes a wound, and his defense is now 2. Okay, Vira will use her caster point to cast Horrify on the air cultists. That is a success, so the air cultists have -1 to their shooting. And yeah, she's going to back off. Horrit will fire her bow at these cultists. 1 hit. It's blocked. Okay, here it comes. The cave bear will charge at Sveeble. Here's the takedown roll. It succeeds. It's AP 1, so 3 to block. Yes, it's blocked. And then 6 attacks with a heavy claw, or claws. Oh, must get a bigger dice tray. Looks like 3 hits. Sorry, 2 hits. The bear is quality 5. AP 1, so 3 to block. God damn. Sveeble is safe. Okay, he can strike back with his little hammer, but misses. Cultists have charged in. They have poison daggers. 1 hit, which I block. And let's strike back. Need 6s this time. No. And then the air cultists will shoot their crossbows at Sveeble. They will need 6s because they are horrified. Okay, they all miss. Okay, next round, Death and Glory. Vira's going to charge into the bear. So we'll have a go with Feral Instincts. So that's 1 stress for her. That's her last point of endurance. Barbed Spikes on the bear. Fails. Okay. Now would be a good time for some furious hits, Vira. Come on. 1 hit. So that's a wound. Okay, the cave bear's heavy claws. -1 to hit, but that's still 2 hits. 6s to block. Hey, nice dodge. Okay, Sveeble. You're going to throw your toxin potion, but first let's cast that Cleansing Spirit spell again, this time targeting the cultists. So we'll use all 4 caster points, so I need a 3 or better. There we go. It's Blast, so that is 3 hits. 1 block. Before I throw the toxic potion, I should have made a morale check for both Vira and Sveeble earlier, so let's do that now. So Vira actually fails, so I will have to use stress up, to be fair, since she's had an attack since then, which goes on to wounds. So she's on 10 out of 11 wounds now. And then Sveeble also fails. So he will use 2 stress. Okay, let's throw that toxic potion at the bear. 2 hits. Maybe 1 block? Reroll that because it's poison. It is 1 block, so 3 wounds for the bear. And then a morale check for this cultist here. Fails. Just Horrit to go, so let's use her skill and then charge in. Combat superiority. Fails, so that is a stress. Excuse me, Feeble. Halberd. 1 hit, but I get an extra hit due to the skill. And it was a 6, so that's rending with a halberd. So here's the rending hit. Not blocked, and then the other hit, also not blocked. Cave Bear strikes back with heavy claws. 3 hits. 6s to block. There's 1, so 2 wounds go through. Okay, now don't take the morale checks until the end of the activation, so Horrit's going to take 2 more stress, and charge in again! Combat superiority is still in effect. Damn, complete miss. Heavy claws. 1 hit, to be fair, which I don't block. Horrit is down. I think the bear should have been fatigued earlier, so some of those hits would have missed. Oh well, we're here now. Let's just keep going. So morale check for the bear. Morale check for the bear. Fails, so the bear takes D3 wounds. 2 wounds. Okay, Cave Bear charges Feeble. Yeah, this is going to be messy. 1 hit. Come on, Feeble, you can block this. Yeah, told you you could. Right, now hit back with your little hammer. And he does. The Cave Bear blocks 1. Morale check for the Cave Bear. It passes. And then the air cultists. They can shoot at Feeble. 2 hits, one of which is rending. Okay, the rending hit is blocked, and the other hit is not blocked. So Feeble now on 6 wounds, and he will need to make a morale check, which he passes. We're hanging in there. Bleeding token for Horrit. Alright, we need to get Horrit back up on her feet, but no one's really got the stress to do it. Let's see what we can do. So I think I'll have Feeble back off, like that. I need to finish this action first, so we'll throw a toxic potion at the bear. 2 hits. Oh, gosh. Only 1 is blocked, so that is the bear dealt with. I forgot to cast a spell. Oopsies. We'll use the skill action now to get Horrit up on her feet. So his Feeble takes 3 stress. He's only got 2 left to spend, so that spills over into wounds. Like that. He's on 7 out of 9. Horrit is back up with 9 out of 12 wounds. Okay, Horrit back in the action. She will use combat superiority. Yes, and then charge. Yay! Halberd. It's 1 hit, which is an extra hit with the skill. Oh, only 1 is blocked, so that's the cultist dealt with. I am hanging on by a thread here. Right, we'll have Vira come round. Yes, and cast Horrify, or at least try to. Okay, she's here. 1 caster point, so I need a 4 or better. Nope, didn't work. Damn it. Okay, well, she advanced so she can shoot her bow. She misses. That didn't quite go according to plan. The air cultists will now shoot their rending crossbows at Vyra. Fortunately, they all miss. End of the round, and awareness is now on 6 out of 8, so I need to get this finished up. Okay, Sfeeble's going to rush. He can't quite get into potion throwing range, but that's okay. He will use all 4 caster points on Strongheart. 2 are better? Yep, so everyone gets +1 to hit next time they charge. Right, Vyra will charge now. She's not going to use her skill, because if it fails, I'll take a stress and she'll die. However, she's confident she can chop these up. Let's soften them up with some barbed spikes first. Or not. And then let's swing that great weapon. +1 to hit. So that is 2 hits. Neither is blocked. Shlunk, shlunk. That cultist can strike back now. Oh, and does. Oh. Uh-oh. Ah! Horrit advances here, and she will shoot her bow at the cultist. Missing. Everything's falling apart. Oh, wait, a morale check for the cultist. Passes. Okay. So the cultist will shoot the crossbow at Sfeeble. Missing. Okay. Alright, next round. I've been quite fortunate in that there haven't been random events recently, because they're usually bad. Okay, Horrit's got stress to spare, so Horrit advances here, shoots her bow at the cultist, missing, of course, and then we use a skill action to revive Vyra. Do you get caster points if you're unconscious? I don't think you should. So no caster points for Vyra. I'll have to ask on the forum about that. And Sfeeble's on 2. Alright, Sfeeble's going to jolly well charge in. On the back of the doggo. Right, let's cast Nightmare Spirit first. No, that's a fail. The doggo gives Impact 1, which hits, and is blocked. Then Sfeeble's hand weapon, and he does have that +1 to hit. So there's 1 hit, which is not blocked. There. So the next thing to do to complete this objective is to interrogate this final cultist. And Vyra will take the rest action. Reinforcements arrive. So I rolled a 5 for their location, which means I can choose the corner, and I have chosen as far away as possible. The only thing I have to deal with are these 3 doppelgangers. Vyra charges in. She'll try barbed spikes first. We'll use both caster points. Yeah, that's a success. So that's 1 hit. That's 1 doppelganger spiked. And then let's see if she can slice these 2 in half with her greatsword. It's 3 hits. 2 blocks. Okay. Impressive. It can strike back with its claws. I forgot to do Vyra's Feral Instinct, didn't I? So that's 1 hit. Vyra didn't block, so that's 1 wound for her. Morale checks for both of them. Doppelganger first. Failed. And then Vyra succeeds. Okay, Horrit. Show us how it's done. 3 swings with a halberd. 1 hit. That's actually 2 hits because of the Strongheart spell. There we go. That's that doppelganger dealt with. Sfeeble uses a skill action to interrogate the air cultist, forcing him to tell us about the ritual to reforge the elemental nexus. And with that, we have all the information we need to complete the campaign. We've just got to get out of here now. Reinforcements are now here, so as long as nothing weird happens with random events, we can make it out through that exit. We'll have Sfeeble use Inspect on that search token on the way out. It fails, but what's the stress at this point? That's fine. Oh, it's either empty or a creature nest. I'll go with empty. And that's it. On the next turn, we make it to the corner and exit the elemental tower. Campaign complete. So that was difficulty 2. I did both objectives. So that's 6 experience points each and 10 gold pieces each. Woo! And then I need to decide what to do for the next campaign.